Okay, before we start recording.
Too late.
I mean, you could just say it.
I might have accidentally clicked something. Does anybody know anything about a tentacle of the vaults?
A tentacle of the vaults?
In Hero Lab?
Yeah. No, in this game. No? We don't have that? Okay.
Is it a magic item?
So familiar.
Yeah, it's a wondrous item. And it's like, I don't remember clicking that. But also,
Tentacle.
why would it be on my fucking character sheet?
I don't know.
And I'm not out of no money. I don't know.
It's a minor artifact, though. I found it on the D20 PFSRD.
So you didn't give that to us?
No, I did not give you a thin rubber that is 8 feet long and reeks of alchemical preservative.
It's from the Iron Fang invasion.
I think this is the thing you gave Noob. Is it not?
No, that was a tentacle whip.
Oh.
This is 8 feet long and too rubbery and flexible to carry comfortably.
How weird is it that I added, how much does it cost? Does it show?
It's an artifact, so you can't buy it.
Yeah, it's just something you have to find. I don't know.
That's why you're not out of money. You might have accidentally double clicked it, which will add it to your inventory.
Right.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a cool item. It casts Dispel Magic and Remove Disease each 5 times a day.
Let's just pull up a honey heist mechanic and go flashback. Ray discovers a tentacle of the vaults.
My name is Ryan. Thank you.
It's an animated object, which is pretty cool. It has the grab special attack, Aboleth Bane, Dispel
that
Illusion.
Aboleth Bane rules. Jesus Christ. Getting a plus 8 bonus to attack rolls and damage against aberrations. Christ.
So yeah, now I remember you did give this to me.
It's not something I did.
It's not a very powerful. It just can dispel illusions as a 20th level caster.
This feels like something I would not give you at 4th level.
I mean, I found it.
I'd feel iffy about giving it out at, say, 15th level, to be honest with you.
Ooh, right after I get Thomas' body.
But you can wear
it's I have it, but I can't use it. How about that? There.
Well, if that's the case, I'll take one of each.
Everybody gets one minor artifact that they have but cannot use.
I'll take Prophecies of the Blood Star God.
It's I went shopping at the equivalent of the Goodwill here, and it was in the pocket.
I mean, sometimes you find stuff like that at the Goodwill. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I was watching the TikTok where this lady found, I want to say $1,000 in a purse, and it was a note with it talking about how her kids didn't like her and were clearly just going to give all her stuff away. So she had hidden money in all of her stuff and take this money and use it, their inheritance. I hope that you appreciate it more than they would have. She was like, I went back and I found more stuff from this lady. I think it was $300, and I think total she found $1,000 from all of the stuff that she got.
I'd be like, I need to know everything else that came with this person.
No reason.
Yeah. Talk about fucking hating your kids. Jesus. Fuck those little bastards.
And then the lady at the Goodwill is like, I really need a reason. And then you just go on this long thing about how the stars were aligned and you read your gemstones this morning, and then they're like, oh, this is a wackadoo, so just give them all the stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All my chakras told me that this is what I needed to do.
That's way better than me finding the year-old bag of weed in my back pocket and a pair of pants I hadn't worn in a
Oh.
Yeah.
Was it skunky?
I mean, I smoked it. It was not good.
This is terrible.
Yeah. It burned really fast and harsh.
Yes.
Done that before. I had a little bag of weed that I had on my wall, in a collage. in high school. And when I moved, I was like, I'm not going to bring this little bit of weed with me. So I rolled it up and it was bad. It was horrible.
Yeah. I felt like that bag that I smoked had been washed.
Cleansed.
This tastes like OxyClean.
This moldy old weed's making me high and sick at the same time.
But I am gain fresh, so there's that.
I'm also college poor, so I don't care.
Good banter. Good banter, everybody.
Holy fuck.
Coolio just died.
Is absurd.
It just floated across my screen.
We want to make predictions for what's going to happen when this actually comes out for free.
It'll be close to or around Valentine's Day, so a lot of unwanted pregnancies.
Love.
Oh, God. A real dark there.
Yeah. Oh, sad fucking.
You people considering pregnancies a bad thing. Wait, did you say unwanted? Yeah.
I said unwanted. Yeah.
That's pretty bad. Nobody wants unwanted things.
You weren't a mistake. You were an accident.
For me, they're all unwanted.
Or it's not
Thank you.
A mistake, it's a surprise. That's the polite way to say it.
Thank you for your weird anti-natalist kind of view.
I hate children.
We just watched the first episode of the first season of the show Evil, and it's pretty good. But this one woman has 4 daughters, and I was like, "Oh God, this is a horror show." Because like she walks in and they're all talking at the same time, and I was just like, "Ugh."
Nope. No, thank
It
you.
was a very realistic. It was a very realistic portrayal of what it's like to have 4 small children in a house.
Just a wall of noise.
Mm-hmm.
That might be why my mom was insane and borderline abusive at times.
I mean, I partially attribute that to why, like, I need like lots of sound around me because I've got 4 siblings, and
I get
yeah, just used to all the noise.
I can't sleep without noise going on at this point. Just still from that, because it was me, my brother, my 2 sisters, my cousin, my other cousin, always at our house.
Mm-hmm.
No, I know that if I ever had kids, I would be borderline abusive and insane myself.
I mean, you're that now.
And that's why you got the vasectomy, right?
That's why I don't have sex.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I guess that's an option.
It's the only option I can really wrap my brain around.
I mean, there is
you could
other
also
options
just
for not
snip
having
it.
children, but
Yeah.
I'm currently indulging in one.
Mm-hmm. He's talking about the butt.
The butt. What?
Do you name the butthole?
What?
This just saw a TikTok the other day of this stripper telling a story about how this guy paid her $100 for 3 songs and then was like, "Could you just sit over there?" And she was like, "Yeah, this would be the easiest $100 ever made." And then he was like, "I need to see your butthole so I can talk to it." And he had a full-on conversation with her butthole for 3 songs for $100. And he named the butthole Linda. And she was like, the kind of things that he said, I should have been paid more than $100, but I just pictured her standing like squat, bent over. And this guy just leaned up to her butthole being like, "So, do you want to get coffee sometime, Linda? Or,
Maybe Linda was his ex and he was just venting his frustration and,
Yeah.
He was casting a spell.
I mean, you don't have to do it at an actual asshole.
You might have to. I don't know how magic works.
Yeah,
That might be part of the components.
We need a real asshole right in my face.
It's a real sequel to Hocus Pocus.
I mean, if you're going to name your butthole, it should be like Sarlacc.
Ugh.
Oh, God. So, Mr. Pitt.
Well, that was disgusting. That was That was probably one of our most depraved digressions.
Probably. I'm very sorry.
Good banter, everybody.
Why did I bring up that butthole story?
I don't know.
You made the joke. Terrence made a butt joke. That's where it started.
I did not. I just said being gay is an option to not have children.
Oh, the mahogany pointed out.
I just broadened it. I mean, yeah, because you don't. It's like not men. Men are the only people who have butts.
You were quiet until I brought it around to blaming you.
I was gonna let it go.
More than happy to let Terrence take the blame for that.
Yeah, Jesus, you're so.
I was more than happy to move on with the conversation.
We're not gonna move on. Mahogany, what's your butthole's name?
I don't do that, thanks.
Oh,
don't name buttholes. Thank you.
Well, I know a guy that'll pay $100 to talk to it for 3 songs.
That's not enough.
Call it Morrissey, Brown-Eyed Girl.
Maybe like Ramones songs. Like this would be like 6 minutes until.
Yeah, Tool.
If you could see our Zoom window, you would see that Jeff has muted his mic because he has had no interest in this conversation.
Oh, it's because he's laughing so hard he didn't want to cover up our very intelligent conversation.
Our golden banter.
Yeah.
God, I hate you all.
I just wanted to know if I could use the tentacle of the vaults as an accessory. That's all I wanted to know. If I could just use it as an accessory.
I'm not gonna let you being clumsy about clicking things grant you an artifact.
Oh.
All right, so we were.
It's like a lady who has a genie lamp, but only leaves it on the top shelf and never fucking rubs it.
Is that your version of anal beads?
No.
There he is.
Just in time to say something fucked up.
She does have a hula hoop that's beads. It's like, I guess beads makes it sound small, but it's like they're like softball sized, right?
Yeah, I mean they're pretty big.
That she can hula with, but every time she pulls them out, I'm like, oh, those anal beads are huge.
Oh my God.
I can't find the camera. Sorry.
I think the tentacle would be more like an anal tail rather than beads. Because you wouldn't want to fit the whole 8 feet up.
Oh, it's the brown tickler.
I mean, are we done with this now?
Can we stop? I'll even run the game if we stop.
That was the point. We're just trying to drive Terrence into a corner, so he's like, all right, so the game starts.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll DM. Jesus.
The only way out of this conversation is Pathfinder. Roll initiative.
Oh, God. All right. So, yes, when we last left off, you guys had met back up with Wraith as he finished sneaking about the small town of River Run, finding out the oddity about it being populated almost entirely by elderly people and animals. And also him spying a group of goblins, about a warband size, heading into town across the other bridge. What are you guys doing?
Did the goblins appear heavily armed as if they are approaching for an assault?
They have spears and they have their bows, but they didn't seem to be like charging into battle with them, but they are marching with them.
When I heard warband, I figured they were armed.
Yeah.
No. I did too, but I just wanted to clarify that they weren't like dragging carts laden with goods.
That merchant warband, beware.
Yeah.
It's a marching band. They only do Creed songs. Kill them.
It's goblin bards, beware.
Yeah.
I'm so bad.
All right, moving on. So we should go into this town and intersect them where they will be crossing the bridge, because I assume that there's no way to intersect the goblins if they're on another bridge crossing into town.
Basically, the hold on. Let me see if I can find the map for you real quick. I kind of the map you guys have, and generally the campaign map in general is pretty inaccurate.
The one that you drew?
Yeah, the one I created in Inkscape because
2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
Cartography in this area, it's real hit or miss.
It is real hit or miss. Let me see. So let me share the
some
screen.
artistic liberties.
Yeah, we're taking some artistic and distance liberties, but essentially, here's where you see the bridge there to the north. That is the bridge you guys are coming across. The little town is right there on the river, and the other bridge to the side is where he spied them crossing as he was crossing.
So we'll have to go through the village to get to that other bridge, regardless.
Yes, you'll have basically if you both march at the same speed, you meet in the village square.
Does everyone sleep in that one building?
No, it's just there to mark.
I know. I'm trying to make a joke, visual joke for our audio podcast.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
Well, then we should hurry and try to catch them at the foot of that bridge before they enter town to determine what their intentions are.
All right.
Let us insert ourselves in the local politics.
Mahogany did not seem excited about that at all.
No, I was just like, how many tabs can one person have open?
You're just angry about my tabs.
Yeah.
Well, how else is he supposed to get notifications when something happens?
Yeah.
I need validation for my various art posts. God damn it! And I want this now. I want them now.
Likes, give me likes.
Likes, subscribes, give me watches on DeviantArt. I didn't know that was a thing till recently.
Validate my art.
Give me llama badges. I still don't understand anything about DeviantArt. It's an entirely different kind of community, apparently, from anywhere else. So hopefully not perverted. It's perverted. It's definitely perverted.
Yeah, I have been to DeviantArt a time or two, but not because I was looking for fun fantasy art.
No, you usually find it. Like, you can find anything on DeviantArt.
If that's what you're looking for.
If not, it's going to be furry porn.
Yeah.
It's in the name. Anyway, let us hurry across this village.
All right, you guys hustle across the village. As you're moving through town, you catch a lot of like gray eyebrows popping up as you move through. Some of the animals by the feet of rocking chairs get up and begin, after a cough or two, growling at you because you're strangers.
I will lay into the crowd with my glaive.
I was going to say, if they're rushing ahead of the goblins, I'm going to slow down and be like, goblins, I'm coming.
Good.
To whoever the first old man I come across.
Oh, the
old person doesn't have to be a man.
All right.
Yeah.
The first old person you come to is a woman sweeping the porch.
Ew, woman, gross. I gotta look for a man.
An old lady sweeping the porch of what appears to be the local saloon. She's like, goblins, eh?
A war band of goblins have come in from the South Bridge.
About time we had some damn business in this town.
Do you do business with goblins often?
Well, no one else comes here.
I should go prevent a horrible mistake. Ride, pony, ride.
Right. Your horse, you keep your horse up to try to catch up with your teammates just in time for them to come come head to head down the street with the goblins.
Declare your intentions or die.
Shut up, Fidelis.
The goblins begin chattering to themselves in Goblin. Does anyone speak Goblin here?
Oh, I speak Goblin.
Okay. They're like, what is this? Did they get a new sheriff or something? I don't know what's going on here. The goblins, you see that all of them are carrying packs along their backs in addition to their armor and their weapons. And
it is a merchant war band.
One of the front says, "We've come to claim what is ours."
What's that?
And what is that?
Is this in common or in Goblin?
Goblin?
If you're speaking in Goblin, then he turns to you and says, We have paid good money to have large hunks of meat cured in this town. Our king demands the finest of jerkies.
Oh,
I think the king should.
And I will actually translate that to what he just said.
Only pronounces it in common. Jerkies.
As the wise one of the group with a +5 wisdom and the dark mind of the group,
human jerky.
Are they killing all the young tender people to make jerky?
You're guessing that they're here to collect just goods.
It's the Smilodon meat.
Quote unquote goods.
Yeah, but there's no young people, and there's the necromancy emanating around the town.
They don't seem to understand what you were saying, obviously.
Ryan's just standing there with her brandished lucerne, looking confused.
The goblins whisper, "That looks like a baby beating lucerne if I've ever seen it."
Oh no, we're just the right size to be smashed by that hammer.
The goblin, I guess, leader or speaker at this point says, "Do you try to deny us what is ours?"
I'll step back and move out of the way.
Yeah, after Wraith says, hey, he said they paid money for meat and goods, Fidelis will stop brandishing his weapon. Oh,
but I will look over at Fidelis and like, can you do that evil detection thing in common?
I believe I can. Let me see. Yes, at will. I will detect their alignment.
All right, you detect their alignment. Most of them clock in at chaotic neutral, but a couple of them clock in at chaotic evil.
Just a couple.
Yeah, out of the 15 or so.
What about townspeople?
The townspeople are mostly neutral to lawful neutral.
Okay.
From what my goddess tells me, we really did just meddle in the affairs that we don't understand.
The goblins march past you guys after you clear away. Some of them giving you like the stink eye in a big way. But
apologies.
You hear one of them says, "Are these guys going to be trouble? Shall we prepare for combat outside after we leave?" Shh. Some of them shush the others. We're only here to collect our goods.
Sheepish apology face.
She says aloud.
And to get out of town quickly.
I prevented this. I did.
You see one of the goblins like let out a yipe of fear as they're marching by, and the other would elbow him. He's showing his arm to one of the nearby other goblins.
Sense motive?
Sure.
To determine if that's something we should be concerned about. Ooh, natural 20 for a 30.
He appears to be incredibly alarmed by something he sees on his arm.
Oh, the one who yiped showed his arm to another one. I thought you said he yiped and the other guy showed his arm.
What's on his arm?
Most goblins appear to be goblins from a distance usually appear to be hairless for the most part, but they're not. They usually have either thin, wiry hairs or downy kind of like baby hairs on their bodies. This one is like literally pointing to some of his arm hair, like in an alarmed fashion.
Is it getting old?
Yeah, which seems to be a patch of gray.
I will actually mention something to the people to our group and go, there might be something wrong with the mist or magical aura I found in this town. The goblin over there is apparently his hair's turning gray, so there might be the necromancy that's involved here might be turning people old or aging them unintentionally or something.
How do we look to each other?
Do we appear like we're aging?
Make a perception check.
Ooh, 21. 29.
You guys all turn and look at the most obvious indicator of age in your group.
No.
Our droid just died.
The elf.
No. Oathboard Grazit, the halfling druid. And you see that his normally like salt and pepper hair has gotten a significantly amount of more white since you entered the town.
I would like to attempt a diplomacy check with the common speaking goblin. I do apologize for our abrupt meeting, and I hope that we can continue with more friendly terms. We were just surprised to see a warband coming through. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions about your time here?
All right. So yeah, Fidelis wheels around his horse and begins marching alongside the goblins and questioning one. The common speaking goblin looks up at you, confused, like, "What do you want?"
I just would like to know how long you've been doing business in this town.
Not long, 10 years.
Oh, that is very unusual to see a human settlement doing business. You seem to be on good terms. This is good. This is good.
They just make jerky the fastest here.
Ah, interesting.
The meat naturally ages.
Mm-hmm. Is the jerky that you're making from that delicious-looking large cat that we stumbled across?
He said, he looks at you and squints a bit and says, "Yes, what do you know of it?"
Oh, we just saw it as we came through and noticed the craftsmanship of the harvesting tools that were left behind.
He seems a little confused by this and goes, "Huh?
Your knives and such."
Ah, yeah, clumsy, brittle tools. Everything becomes brittle when we come here. I do not like it."
I'm actually, as soon as I hear that, I automatically start riding off,
Okay.
leaving town.
Oh, you're leaving town. Which way?
I will go the way the goblins came in.
Fuck you, losers!
Guns are expensive.
And actually, I will mention to y'all that this town seems to have a bad effect on equipment, and everything seems to age apparently. So look at the buildings. So we need to leave here immediately before our animals die.
That's well,
right.
Good luck, Master Goblin. I hope that your meat is delicious and is everything that you want it to be. Hurrah!
Bye.
Fidelis and Wraith ride out of town. What about Ryan and Oathboard?
I'm right behind you. Clip,
Okay.
clop, clip, clop.
And I will use my vision to try to detect where the limits of the haze is.
The haze kind of evaporates the second you get over the bridge
Okay.
on either side,
I believe
since
we
you would
should-
have noticed that before as well.
I believe we should do something about this.
Yes, I am going to.
Wait, Oathboard, did you come with us, or are you gonna stay?
I was debating. Like, I want to send Talik out, but I'm already old.
Yeah, getting older couldn't be a bad thing, could it?
I mean, it could suck, but I just want to. These people live here, so it's not. It hasn't killed them. Like, I feel like it takes them to a certain age, right?
The people you saw seemed like moderately healthy for their age. Like nobody seemed too like broken down.
I just think we should have the conversation outside of the magical aura.
Yeah. Okay. I'll leave.
I'm going to do a knowledge check on this and see if I know any history or anything that might give us hints about what might be causing this, or what if there's any legends or anything about something similar.
Sure.
What knowledge do I need?
Give me a history or arcana, whichever one you prefer.
I can roll Arcana if you want to roll History.
I can do both, but
I got a dirty 20 on Arcana.
Fuck you, Frakes. This is my dice. I'll do both.
27, so 29.
On which one?
Either one you want to do, Arcana or History. It's both the same. I'll roll separately. I'll roll separately, but whichever one you want that to be. I'll say Arcana.
Okay. As Fidelis begins like pacing and talking it through, he gives you a few more ideas, and between the two of you,
I got 28 on the history.
You realize that there is some sort of curse in effect here. Something that is obviously been here a while, but not long enough to kill anyone that you can tell. And is limited to the area of the town. Like something happened in the town that got the town cursed.
Is that clock centralized in the town?
And the clock seems to be the epicenter of the curse itself.
Aha! My theory was correct that I said off air.
Okay.
I got a 26 on a heal check. Are the effects that we've suffered seem to be permanent now that we're outside of the town?
That's difficult to say. Well, actually, it depends. Is one of your companions willing to be observed for a few minutes?
I will do it. I am the most youthful.
Is somebody watching Godzilla?
I think that was just his ringtone.
Yeah, my phone rings Godzilla when somebody calls me that I know.
I think that was perfect timing, though. I'll go in. Dum, dum, dum.
Want. That's more advanced to you.
Fidelis will dismount, hand his reins off to Rhine if she's willing to take them, or he'll just drop them in the horses. Because I'm going to leave the horse here, walk across the bridge, and let y'all observe me.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll
age.
hold on to your reins, no problem.
I also wanted to do the play on Rain Rhine. But anyway.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You walk onto the bridge and let's see. What did you get on your roll, Toker?
That was a 26.
All right. You stand at a distance from the edge of the bridge and you begin observing Fidelis. Fidelis, you are a full elf, right?
No, he's half.
Oh, okay, good.
And I'll be doing calisthenics myself to determine if my joints are getting stiffer. Just a standard early morning wake up.
All right. Fidelis, you feel the onset of soreness come on like very rapidly as you do your exercise, and you, Ulf, you can see just very thin, tiny little gray hairs begin forming at Fidelis's temples. Silvery elf hairs, but still the signs of age.
As I begin to feel the soreness, I will cross the bridge again. So, that seems to age rather rapidly.
Now we'll keep track to see how long it takes for it to go away, if it goes away.
All right. Make another perception for me.
All right. Man, I'm rolling dope. 34.
You, after about 10 minutes or so, you see one of the first gray hairs that have formed on Fidelis begin to pop back into its normal color.
So the effects here aren't permanent, at least if you experience the curse for a short duration.
Yeah, we don't know what happens for long.
But after all this time, you guys have been dawdling about and testing the limits of this cursed area. The goblins have basically gotten what they came for and turned around. And you see them moving much more slowly across the bridge. And a lot of them have formed very wispy kind of beards. And some of them have like the few that had hair on their heads. Their hair is all scraggly and thin and white. They're normally like smooth green skin has turned wrinkly and dry.
They seemed familiar with the curse. Ask them how long it takes for the effects to reverse for them.
All right.
Yes,
Grimjax?
Actually, I'll let Grimjax talk in his goblin tongue.
Wraith?
Yep.
Are you going to question them?
Yeah, well, I'll question them because I'll also want to ask them not only about how long it takes them to recover, but I'm also interested in the meat that they had, because I'm wondering if because the meat's no longer living, it is dead, that if the aging process does not cause that to reverse also. So I'm assuming that living creatures might reverse, but the dead, such as the meat that was recovered from the Smilodon, does not recover.
All right. Make a diplomacy check for me.
I'll assist because I made a contact with the common speaking one, if I can, if you'll allow that, Terrence.
21.
I do not assist.
You make it worse. 18.
And of course, I speak in Goblin.
That's fine. 21's fine. You use goblin diplomacy in order to question them. The goblins are a little crankier now, and you see a lot of them are moving kind of slow and painfully. One of them cusses in goblin loudly as the spear he was leaning on snaps. He says, Nay, we bounce back. We come back to our own after a while, but our gear, we have to replace every time.
Interesting.
Okay. So things that are already dead are not living will not recover.
Aye. He looks back to the town and says, except for the town. The town stays old, but never crumbles. The town is cursed to suffer.
Do you know why? Do y'all have any legends or any reasons that y'all might know why this might be happening?
And they say, we know. He leans forward and says, witches. Lots of witches in this country. It's a haven for witches. Dark creatures come through here and do their worst sometimes when they are displeased. This town fell victim to a witch. A witch found beauty here where she found and she found it disagreeable. So she said, no beauty here but my own. And so everything here became aged and ugly. Not that I can tell, really. Humans mostly look alike to me.
I'm going to lean into the party and say, let's not do this adventure. We had a big witch coven in the evil campaign.
Yes, we've done witches already.
We might be underleveled for this. Let us travel back to the beginning area, the starting area. Let's go kill 50
Let us kill
rats.
fire beetles in the yard trash area.
We gotta kill wolves in the forest.
Our what was that Final Fantasy online when it first came out? I can't tell you how many fucking stupid rabbits I had to kill. It's like you could have at least given me something cool to fight.
Nope, it's rabbits.
It's rabbits. Fantasy rabbits.
Rabbits!
In every isekai I've ever watched, fantasy rabbits are the toughest opponents.
That's true.
I just watched a video where a rabbit fought off a hawk. It was very entertaining.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Rabbits can be really nasty.
That rabbit was like, look, I don't feel like getting fucking eaten today. And he would jump and he would box at it. It was great.
We had two pet white rabbits, Freddy and Chewbacca, and anytime I had to clean out their cage, we'd pull them out and they would fucking maul us with their claws. They're nasty, dude. Rabbits can be real rough.
And delicious.
The goblin also leans forward and says, we get good prices here for what they do, though. It's why we come back. They don't remember, but we do. The goblin picks up his gear laboriously and says, come, to his warband and says, we must hurry. And then they slowly amble off toward the forest.
It's a good thing it was not the evil campaign. Be like, attack them now that they're all old.
The whole town.
Yeah.
You dry
I feel
brittle
like,
wood, you say? Fireball.
Well, if I know anything about the elderly, they're almost always thirsty. So I will be happy to.
Nana be a thirsty bitch.
I'll be happy to create water for them if they would like, and I'll do a diplomacy check if you want me to be like, I can offer you some refreshments on your journey home. Your water may have gotten old and stale in that
Hello?
town.
Did I lose signal? I lost signal.
No, you're good.
No, he's gone.
He's
Oh,
gone.
there he goes. That was the last dying embers of his internet connection.
I could hear him exasperated.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
There he
Hello.
is.
Hey.
I don't know. I lost signal for a second. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, you only froze for a minute.
You're like, I lost signal. I went, oh, and then we just hear you go.
I was just fucking pissed off.
Exasperated Terrence. He's still there.
So did
What's
you
going on?
hear my offer of creating water for this goblin warband?
I did.
Okay.
They will take your ration if you indeed offer it with the general amount of goblin thanks.
No,
I'll just give them create water in their canteens.
Oh, good. They refill their canteens with gratitude. They don't like using water from this town.
Yeah, I imagine it is probably stale and old tasting. This water tastes dusty for some reason, even though I know there's no way it could be.
Ugh, no, sulfury.
Well then, fare thee well, goblin horde.
All right, they give you some half-hearted waves and a lot of confused looks as they march off.
We're good guys now.
Meanwhile, in the woods, some bad guys come by and kill them,
Oh no!
hooray! I mean,
taking their thousands of gold they had on them. Who knew?
they just spent all their gold in the town. We kill the town.
Well,
All right.
okay, so I guess we need to decide whether we're going to try to undo this curse somehow. I imagine it's probably tearing down that clock tower.
Yeah.
How big is the clock tower?
The clock tower is a typical like 2-story town hall, long town hall meeting building. It's got basically a third story that is essentially just attic and clock tower.
We don't know that would undo the curse, though.
Is it? Let me see really fast. Is it like, I can detect evil at will as well. Is it focused on like the clock part?
Are
Evil?
you heading into the town then?
Oh, I thought we were. Oh, yeah. No, we're not already in the town.
No, you guys left.
Yeah, you got to be
Step
within
out.
60 feet, I think,
Yeah,
to detect
yeah,
evil
no.
anyway.
Now, but the question is, do we want to try to save this town or leave it to? I mean, it's still functioning, it's still working.
Mhm.
They're cursed, you idiot.
I'm level 4. I don't have the ability to remove that.
No, but
I mean, yeah, no, that's the wrong character. So I don't know.
let's put anything that you don't want aged and destroyed. We'll hide it here in the woods. Then we'll at least go in and talk to the people and figure out if
Yes.
maybe there are ways we can help them. We won't know until we ask.
Would a masterwork weapon age slower than a? No, it's just better made. It's not magical.
The other thing you got to remember is they tend to forget from what the goblins were saying.
Mhm.
So you don't know if they're living in their minds the same day or same week or whatever over and over again in their heads. So
Yeah, I'm down to put my few goods that I don't want to get aged and at least go investigating the clock tower where the
All right, anything
evil's
Yeah.
emanating from.
anything you guys have that is magical will probably resist the effect. You haven't noticed anything detrimental happening to magical objects that you're wearing.
So basically, like our weapons and stuff are not going to.
Well, if you have a magical weapon, then yeah, but Your silver weapon might tarnish a bit.
Any wood the weapon's made out of would get old.
Might grow brittle,
Yeah, but like that's what I'm saying is like, if it's like masterwork or whatever, that's going to damage.
Yeah, it might.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And that includes armor too?
Armor too.
Well,
all right.
We could go in naked.
I'm a nudist for this.
I mean, like
I'm just wearing that robe, and
you don't actually have to be a nudist. You have a magical robe.
I have a magical robe.
And I don't mean like naked. I mean like no weapons, no armor.
Yeah, weapons and armor, adios. Except for I'm bringing this dagger with me because it's a dagger.
All right.
Yeah.
Now I'll carry my mace, take off my breastplate, drop my pack out here. Do we have the means to camouflage this, Mr. Druid Man?
I mean, I figure I could survival us a proper hiding hole for the stuff. But if Jeff's probably not going in with his gun, so he might just want to stand out here this whole encounter and just watch your stuff.
You're gonna exile Jeff to babysitting the gear?
I'm not. His guns are, because he's playing a fucking gunslinger. Those revolvers are like 4,000 gold a pop, right?
Well, he's got the pepper box, which is only like 1,000.
Oh,
no, it's more than that. But I'm not bringing my guns in. There's no way in hell.
No.
Sweet. All right.
Yeah, I'll leave my glaive behind, but take that silver heavy mace.
I only got an 18 on a survival to find a proper hidey hole for.
Actually,
wait a minute.
I don't mind staying out. But if y'all need me, I could rush in. I just will not. I'll make sure I take off all my armor and stuff. But I'm going to stay out and guard the stuff just in case.
Yeah.
And I can watch the horses and stuff out here.
This is just for a scouting trip to like try to pinpoint where the magic is coming from.
Well, we know it's coming from the
information
from Jeff. We know it's coming from the tower, the clock tower.
Yeah, but like where in the tower? Like, is there a spot? Like, is there like an artifact in there? Or is there like, is it on the clock? Is it? Yeah, that's what I wanted to do, was like try to pinpoint it and see if we could find out where.
And maybe talk to the townsfolk.
Yeah. So like I said, this is just a scouting mission, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have to come back. We have to come.
Jeff just wants to go smoke a cigarette. That's all.
Jeff, are you going to go smoke a cigarette? I don't know how.
Oh no! Well, like I said, I'm watching.
Okay. I didn't know that before I did anything drastic. All right. The town is not very big, obviously. It's basically built between two river bends, and you can tell that it's mostly built that way purely for the convenience of sending logs downstream toward the two mills, which are in disrepair here. Excuse me. So getting back to the town square, not a difficult prospect. It's only a couple minutes walk across the bridge through the town itself and back to town square. Here you can see that the town has resumed its normal business of doing old people stuff, just hanging about, sipping on coffees. You see one of them reading a paper that looks to be almost crumbling apart.
By old people stuff, you mean bingo and old town cafe buffets?
Yeah, you see a pair of them playing checkers on a pickle barrel, shit like that. Old people stuff.
So like jumping rope and basketball.
Jumping rope, hopscotch, starting. Well, yeah.
I got a real quick question while they're doing this. I'm gonna take one like a sword or something, go to the edge, and see if I put it into the magical mist. If it starts aging, I'm gonna cast mending on the item to see if I can repair it fast enough to recover its durability.
Okay. Well, let me cover that real quick. While they're doing that, you basically spend 10 minutes doing this. And finally, you like after about 5 minutes, the sword starts to pit a little bit, like gets that like
Right.
thin patina of rust, which is enough to be visible, something you can mark off. And when you drag it off the bridge and cast mending on it, it returns to normal.
Okay.
But meanwhile, in the center of the town, what are you guys doing?
Investigating. We're inquisiting.
Inquisiting. How rare in a campaign that I'm in.
See a halfling in a robe with 2 wands and a potion. That's all I got, baby. Barefoot in a robe.
Do we need to enact age effects?
Not yet.
All right.
How far, like, where are we situated to the clock tower?
Well, if you're in the center of town, then you're not too far from it. Like, it's just across the street from the saloon, and there's also an inn, well, a number of other businesses, outfitters. There's apparently a business that has a closed sign on it that deals in like lumber, cords of lumber and things like that. Just a lot of like little small town businesses that mostly revolve around the old logging kind of business that used to be pretty prevalent here.
I believe we should swing by the saloon because that is the greatest form of the greatest hub of gossip.
I'm going to spend a little bit of time detecting magic in the direction of the clock tower before I do anything else. And seeing if I can...
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to go to the clock tower first, too.
Okay, clock tower first, then? Oh, gosh. No,
I mean,
okay.
Yeah, we don't have to be inside of it, do we?
Yeah.
Huh?
Do we have a means to get a hold of Jeff's character, Wraith?
You can just walk to the 2 minutes back across the bridge down to the bridge.
Yeah, fair enough. It is a very small town. I forgot about
It's a very small town.
Well, do y'all want me to go speak while y'all investigate the clock tower, or do you want us all to stay together?
I mean, I feel like just detecting magically, you don't have to be like inside, do you? And it's
if you want to detect through the wood, you'll have to go inside. So I was planning on going inside and looking around.
Okay.
All right.
I can stick with y'all, or I can go investigate. Whatever y'all think is better.
It's up to you. I feel like we should probably stick together, but...
All right, I'll stick with you guys.
All right.
You head up to the doors of the town hall. They are open, unlocked, and there is a guard out front, actually. But he is asleep in a chair, like sawing logs, kind of snoring kind of thing.
Just go right on by that guy.
All right. Mm-hmm. You open the door and he does not even move an inch, like nothing. He is out.
Yes, I imagine trying to wake him would be difficult.
The town hall is much like many of these small town places. There are bench seats for the townspeople. There is a podium for the civic leaders to address the town at. Behind it, you see that there is a back rooms, and you can just see a set of staircase in the shadows behind it that goes up to the second floor, and presumably the third. But this place is dusty, smelling like it has that disused kind of air about it.
I will detect magic.
All right. You get the same effect that I described with Wraith. The air here is just sort of dripping with like ambient necromancy.
So more so than outside.
Oh yes, definitely more so than outside. And you can see that in here, Oathboard's hair is almost completely white as you guys walk down.
What do you see with your evil eye?
If
not
Ryan,
you.
I was about to say, if Ryan wants to continue detecting magic, I'll start detecting alignment to see if there's any.
I can detect evil.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been doing.
Oh, you're detecting evil. I thought you were detecting magic.
Mm-mm.
Then I'll continue detecting magic.
Right. Well, Ryan, you did definitely detect an aura of evil all permeating this structure.
So, I mean, like it's just in the whole structure.
Like, yeah, it's like a gas, a cloud here inside the building. Just something swirling in the air.
Okay, so there's no particular location.
And then the longer you hold it up, doesn't it pinpoint it?
Yeah, because it's like the second round tells you the number of evil auras.
It's all seemingly one aura, but it does seem to be strongest coming from above you.
Yeah, I was going to say the third round gives you the power and location of each aura.
Magic the
and
same.
If it's outside of your line of sight, then you discern its direction, but not its exact location. So you said from above.
Yeah.
And is the magic? Go ahead.
To the second floor, then.
Yes. And is the magic detection similar, overlapping?
Yeah,
evil?
you get the same detection, almost the same radius, same everything, but for necromancy instead of evil.
Yes, we should go. Do we want to check every floor or just go straight to the top?
It's just 2 floors, isn't it?
It's 2 floors and a third attic / clock tower floor.
If this was a horror movie, it'd be in the attic.
Mm-hmm.
So what the second floor says.
Yep, we'll go to the second. Start looking around for hoodoo bags.
All right. On the second floor, as you guys head to the back room and up the creaky old, you can hear the wood straining under your weight as you head upstairs. You once you get to the second floor, you see that there is actually someone up here. There's a desk in this room, in this large area. It looks like this place, despite its advanced age, you can tell that this place was at some point still under construction. Like this place was probably the newest building in town at one point, because it's framed out for several walls, but there's no actual walls up. It's just framework. And in one of these large frames is a large office and the large desk at it. And there is a man at the desk who is napping in a cracked leather chair. You hear him snoring loudly as well. He is probably the oldest human being you've ever seen in your damn life. He is just dried up, thin, emaciated. His hair is long, his beard is long. He's wearing a suit of indeterminate style, mostly because of all the dust and skin flakes that have accumulated on it at this point.
I feel like Terrence is drawing from a lot of personal experience in this description.
Well, once you see enough old people, they're how they look become very indelible in your head.
It's stuck in there. I know.
Evilly detecting.
You don't detect the evil coming from the sleeping man, but the evil aura is much stronger here, and you see it across the way. There's another stairway going up as you go down I say hall. It's mapped out to be a hall, but it is not a hall. It's just basically framework.
I understand completely.
Up one more floor, then.
Yes. How are you hanging that off board?
Fly, you fools!
You see that when you ask Ulfborg, your eyes cut slightly towards Ryan, and you see that she has gained a sort of a hardness to her appearance, like her normal youthful kind of dewy look has kind of given way to sort of a drier, a little bit more lined appearance. And you look at your own hands, Fidelis, and you see that they've gotten a little knottier. You can see more veins. You can see more knuckle.
I'll reach out and touch both of them in subsequent rounds to cast resistance on each of them, just mostly for flavor.
Okay.
But
what flavor did you cast on us?
Chocoberry Finn.
Vanilla with a touch of banana.
It's raspberry. You'll get +1 on your saves for the next minute if
Schnozberry
comes up. Let us go to the top. Even my elven heritage is not protecting me from this age.
The as you guys go past down the hallway towards the stairway to the attic / clock tower, you hear a voice call out behind you, "Wait!"
There's no time, venerable grandfather.
The old man with the beard and the long scraggly hair is holding out his desiccated hand towards us. "Wait, don't. Please don't.
Don't what?
Don't let it out, for goodness sake."
Let it out.
What is it?
My son, my poor son.
Oh, she's adapted, beating up babies. We'll be fine.
Elaborate, please. And
I didn't bring my baby beating.
Baby whacker.
Anyway.
No, Ryan, the baby beating has been inside you all along.
you can use your fists. It's within you.
The power resides inside.
The hammer was just a tool.
Yes.
But please, Elder, elaborate more on what you're saying.
I was a fool, a foolish young man, elected to position in the town, mayor. I thought if I were to seduce one of the witches that lived nearby, she would help build our prosperity. But she grew wise to my scheming. When she had our child, she said our child would live forever by drinking the youth of the town.
Ah. Okay.
And so I locked him in the tower. I thought if it was not exposed to the other people, then its effects would not harm us. I love the boy.
Here, drink some water.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you.
I could feel your throat getting dry. I could hear it.
I did not know what I was doing. I locked the boy away. I gave him food and water. I said, Father will return. And then he started crying. His cries echoed out across the town, louder and louder and louder. And we were all... He holds up his claw-like digits in front of his face. Cursed. All our youth drawn away. All our prosperity drained in a matter of years. All our lives wasted.
Well, if we go up there and take care of the boy, that would alleviate the curse, yes?
He is innocent. He is nothing more than a victim like us.
But we can take him.
Who put the curse on the baby?
His accursed mother.
Where is she?
He says, where if you go into the hills to the east of here, she doubtlessly still dwells, bitter, hateful.
But if we took the child to someone who could remove the curse from him, perhaps your town would revitalize.
I don't know. I just want us to be safe, to live the rest of our lives in peace. I don't know anymore. I fear I've gone mad.
A little. But
Okay.
it's to be understood.
His old watery eyes look up at you, and you see him blink for a moment, and they come back in a bit of clarity and says, in his voice, and it sounds almost youthful, but not quite. He says, I don't even know where to begin making amends for my sins. And then he just sort of falls asleep again, tired. So what happens now is up to you.
Let's get the hell out of this town so we stop aging.
Yes, let's.
I want to go upstairs and look at the door. Is it like locked, bolted, and all that other stuff?
It is locked, bolted. There are several chains, several padlocks. But you're guessing it probably wouldn't be hard to get in because the keys are right there on the desk. You saw them as you went in.
Do we want to let the baby out now or let the child out now?
I just wanted to look at the baby to verify his story.
There is a slot, you see, at the bottom of the door.
Okay. I was about to ask. He said he was feeding the baby. I didn't know if he was going in each time or just doing a slot.
There's a slot at the bottom of the door that you can see that's just wide enough to let a plate of food or a tray or a small low-rise cup to go through.
I'll peer through.
You peer through and you see like just a matted rag that is serving as a makeshift bedding, and you see a child, maybe 5 or 6, sleeping on the other side. He begins to stir and says, you hear his voice call out, "Is it lunchtime, Father?"
Not yet. Close the thing.
Okay.
There's definitely a young child up there.
What can I roll on curses? Curses. What can I roll?
Go give me knowledge arcana.
Do we want to do this outside the town so that we can include Wraith? I'll roll now. Yeah. We'll hustle out.
My vote is to go hunt for the witch.
That's what I was wondering. If we kill the witch, will that break the curse, or do we have to find a 20th level cleric to get over here?
Or just kill the baby.
Yeah, we want to explore all options.
Just.
All right.
She is no longer a paladin.
Yeah.
Jeff, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
So the party comes out, and you can tell that they look like they've aged kind of significantly since they walked in. Ulfborg, his hair is entirely gray by the time he arrives. You can see that Fidelis and Ryan look like they're maybe in their late 30s, mid 40s. Difficult to tell. Like the aging effect seems to be uneven. While Fidelis's hair has gone mostly gray, Ryan's has not, but she has the more wrinkles than him.
Yeah, Fidelis ages like a fine wine. He's a silver fox for sure.
Looking at their equipment, anything that looks like it's about to break, I want to go ahead and start.
Well, they left most of their equipment.
I know, but there was other, like clothes.
Their clothes seem a little threadbare, washed hundreds of times, kind of thinness about it.
Yeah. Fix my face, please.
I just wore the magical robes.
Yeah, okay. Your magical robes seem to be in good shape.
So here's what we discovered.
I will gradually mend everything while they're telling me what happened.
All right. Due to his experimentation, you find out that Wraith has discovered that the objects that come in here can be magically mended, and he begins doing that while you guys explain what happens. They explain what happens to you, Wraith. What happened to you, Wraith? And now you guys are perfectly prepared to roll to figure out how to absolve this curse.
Yes, let's work together. Let's put our heads together to determine what we need to do next.
And you said was knowledge arcana?
Yep, I can assist you.
I've got, let's see, 34.
All right. Oof, wow, okay.
Glad I assisted you.
You're guessing that there is an obvious solution to this. The obvious solution is this jilted witch who had a child with this young mayor of this town. Basically just left a bomb there for him. He wanted to make this man murder his own child in order to selfishly save himself, which he has not, to his credit, done. However, the rest of the town has suffered horribly for it. But you're guessing that this curse is so powerful, it is probably tied, in addition to the boy, to the witch's life force itself. This is a very powerful curse indeed, and it's probably mostly being drawn from her own interior magic.
So even if the father had killed the son to save himself, it would not have alleviated the curse.
It may not have. It might have just jumped to him.
Mm.
What a terrible, terrible woman.
All right. And y'all said y'all think y'all know which direction?
To the east of here.
Yeah.
East of the hills.
Yes.
Well, y'all want to get all y'all's gear back and let's go hunt a witch?
Yes, it's a witch hunt. This is what I'm paying for.
I'll go back into the town and get some pitchforks.
Torches.
Torches.
Everyone carry 2 torches and a pitchfork.
Rabble.
All right. Okay, so you guys decide to make towards the hills. Could somebody make a knowledge history check for me?
Do not have.
18 plus 6.
Maybe the witch is a noble and Rain can help out.
So I was just thinking history of nobility.
35. You think about what you know about the area, and you know roughly that there are a few legends of the Witch of the Blackwood, which is probably one of the most infamous areas in the valley. It's directly to the south of Emerald Hill, but not like it's on the mountain side.
It's the ones where it's surrounded by mountains on all 3 sides, pretty much.
Yes. The Witch of the Blackwood is notorious for her just horrible curses. Like she is known to curse people on a whim or on just a casual kind of like practice. She just likes it. She likes making people miserable.
What kind of person would do that?
A good person.
But you also have heard that the Witch of the Blackwoods might in fact just be a title, and it could be something that several hags have passed down from generation to generation. So you might actually not be up against someone as powerful as you suppose the legends make out to be.
What can I roll on hags?
It's what is that? Monstrous humanoids.
Nature.
Is that arcane or nature?
Yeah, monstrous humanoids is nature, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, nature. Monstrous humanoids.
Oh, it is? Okay. Yeah, then go ahead.
I can assist you. And I do.
Oh, all right. So this is an 18 on the die plus 9 now to identify the abilities and weaknesses of hags. So that's 29 with his assist.
Okay. Well, without any other further clues as to what kind of hag she necessarily is, it's going to be difficult to figure out.
Well, is she a hag or is she a witch?
That is the question. The fellow kept referring to her as a witch over and over again. He never actually mentioned hags. And you're guessing he didn't seem like the kind of person that would be
seducing a hag.
Like while he might have been charismatic when he looked a lot younger, he's not exactly like, a monstrous Lothario.
Fun math.
Actually, from the story, it sounded more like she was. She sounded like she had been spurned.
Yeah,
and therefore was bitter from that. Most hags wouldn't have been bitter; they would have just.
They just would have killed him.
Yeah,
ate him.
Fun math thing. What?
My knowledge nature is a 10. Yours is a 9, but you rolled an 18 and I rolled a 17. So we technically got the exact same number.
You're guessing that this is probably not a hag. It's probably just your run of the mill, incredibly evil caster.
Good. Hags suck.
Yeah. All right. Well, then, now that we know what we're dealing with,
Right, you re-equip yourself, and in an hour or so, everyone seems to be restored back to their previous state, age-wise.
Well, that's good to know. An hour.
I think this is a worthy aside from our current mission. This town needs immediate help.
It does. This is rather urgent.
All right.
But do we want to put a pin in it for now?
What?
In real life, I have to go to work in about 20 minutes.
Oh gosh. Okay. Yes. So next time, the party sets off to the south, looking for the Black Forest witch, and we'll pick up from there. We'll have a lot of fun. We'll have some combats. We'll have some witchcraft. It'll be great. All right. Thanks for joining us.
It's a witch hunt.
It is a witch hunt.
Yay! All right. See you next time on Raiders of the Lark.
Try not to talk to any buttholes.
Oh.
Had to bring it back, huh?